It started with an old building. Dr. Elara Voss was a well-known psychiatrist, respected and brilliant in her field. She'd spent her life studying trauma and how the mind breaks and how to put it back together. When she heard that the Ashgrove Asylum was up for sale, she didn't hesitate. The place had been abandoned for nearly 100 years, but Elara had a vision. She wanted to rebuild it, turn it into a center for psychological research, a place of healing. But Ashgrove had other plans. The asylum stood at the edge of a dense, silent forest. The building was broken and forgotten, its walls covered in mold, its floors rotting, and the air thick with dust and something else, something she couldn't quite name. Workers refused to go inside after dark. They said they heard things, saw shadows, tools would go missing, and one man even claimed to hear someone humming in the east wing. He was alone. Elara didn't believe in ghosts. She believed in the mind. Fear could play tricks. Simple as that. Then she found the diary. It was hidden behind a metal filing cabinet in the basement, just sitting there inside a hole in the wall, like it had been waiting. The cover was black leather, worn but soft, almost too soft. No title, no name. Inside were strange, messy notes, written in red and black ink. Names of patients, medical terms mixed with weird symbols, sketches of eyes and strange shapes. One entry stood out. It told the story of a patient named Edgar Malthus. He believed he was possessed. Violent outbursts, hearing voices, lost time. It all sounded familiar. Too familiar, because Elara had treated someone with that exact name years ago. Same birth date, same behavior. But the diary said Edgar had died in 1911. That made no sense. At first, Elara thought it was a coincidence. Maybe it was a common name, but deep down, something about it felt wrong. She tried to stop thinking about it, but the diary had a grip on her. She kept reading. Every night, she told herself it was for research, but it wasn't. And then, the dreams started. She dreamed of voices whispering her name, shadows watching her, a child singing softly somewhere in the building. Doors opened by themselves. Footsteps echoed in empty halls. When she looked in mirrors, her reflection didn't quite match her movements. Then came the worst part. The diary began to change. Pages she had already read were different. New entries appeared overnight. Some pages went blank. Others had new names, and she recognized them. Colleagues, former patients, a professor who had gone missing. Each entry ended with the same strange symbol. 3 lines crossed through a circle. She called her old mentor, Dr. Reinhardt. He visited, read the diary, and told her to stop, to burn it. That night, he was found dead. He had hanged himself in the garden. The diary was lying next to him, open to a blank page. The next morning, his name appeared in the book, written in red. Elara's world began to fall apart. She stopped sleeping. Her voice would change when she was alone. She'd wake up in different rooms with no memory of how she got there. Security cameras caught her standing still for hours, just staring at the walls. She couldn't remember any of it. And always, that soft voice calling her, whispering from the dark. She kept digging. She found a sealed wing of the asylum. Inside, Hidden behind a heavy door covered in carvings, she discovered an old office. It belonged to Ashgrove's first director, Dr. Aldous Merrill. He had disappeared in 1912. Inside the office, she found a film reel. She watched it. The footage was old and shaky, but it showed Merrill speaking to the camera. He talked about something called cognitive infusion. It wasn't therapy, it was a ritual. He believed the mind could be used to open a gate, that if you broke someone down enough through fear, pain, and madness, you could let something in. He said the diary wasn't just a journal, it was a spell. Everyone who read it became part of the ritual. Their minds became doors. The diary fed on them, used them to reach others. Their souls were trapped. Elara tried to destroy it. She threw it in the fire. It didn't burn. She poured acid on it. The bottle shattered in her hand, but she wasn't hurt. She screamed, but the assailant was silent. The next day, she found her own name written in the book. She sent one last message to her friend, Dr. Kasim. She told him to come, to find her, to destroy the diary if anything happened to her. Weeks passed. When Kasim finally arrived, he was stunned. The asylum wasn't abandoned anymore. It was fully restored, clean, modern, like it had never decayed at all. And standing at the main entrance, smiling, was Elara. She wore a white coat and greeted him like a guest. But something was wrong with her eyes. They were pure black. She spoke in a calm, pleasant voice. "Welcome to Ashgrove," she said. "We've been expecting you." Behind her, shadows moved. In the lobby, locked behind a glass case, was a black leather diary. The same one. The cover still damp. The pages still turning on their own. A small sign beside it read, "Please feel free to read while you wait."